Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Youthman. In this video, I'll be giving you a room tour of my 7.2.4 Dolby Atmos dedicated home theater. But before we get into the video, if you're into home theater, audio, and video, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when the next video drops. Alright guys, well it's been about 2 years since I've given an updated room tour, and so I made a lot of enhancements to my room, and so I wanted to share with you those changes as well as hopefully inspire you guys. Maybe you'll see something in my room that you could incorporate into your home theater, or maybe it just inspires you to have your own theater, whether it's a dedicated room or it's something in your living room space. So without further ado, let's get to the tour. Alexa, theater lights on. All right, guys, so as we enter the room, as you can see, I've got the A word. That sounds really bad. I've got her controlling the lighting, so we can do different things. I'll show you that in a little bit. Up in the front, you can see I have a 150-inch diagonal. It's a Seymour acoustic transparent screen, which means all of my speakers can fit behind the screen, and the sound travels through the screen, so we'll show you that. My room measures 13 feet wide by 19 feet deep with a 10-foot ceiling. If we look at the rear of the room, we've got 6 leather reclining theater seats, and the rear seats are set up on a 12-inch riser. The custom cabinet was made from unfinished red oak. Surrounding the screen is a hand-carved diamond pattern. And up at the top we have some hand carvings. On the bottom far right of the cabinet we have a place for remote controls, drawers for media storage. The drawers were made with hand-carved dovetails. In the center of the cabinet, I have my main components. At the bottom left, we've got the Marantz SR8012. It's an 11.2 channel Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, and Oro 3D receiver. Above that is my PS4 for playing games. To the top right is the Panamax Max 5500 AC regenerator. It's basically a surge protection as well as a line conditioner. And then below that is my UHD player, the Pioneer UDP LX500. And on the left side of the cabinet we have another drawer. Inside this drawer I just have a lot of miscellaneous cables from HDMI, power cords, several different speaker wires with banana plugs. And then right above that I have my Orbi router, which actually powers my entire house with Wi-Fi. I have a router as well as 2 satellites, so this is one of the satellites. It works extremely well, very pleased with that. And then to the right of that is the Lutron hub, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit as we look over at the lighting. And then over on the far left behind this door, we've got 5 Lutron Cassetta dimmers. Each one of these 5 dimmers controls a different zone or area in my theater room. One dimmer controls the 4 can lights in the front of the room. Another dimmer controls the rear 2 can lights in my ceiling. One dimmer controls the 3 arch lights in my cabinet. One dimmer controls the LED lights around my screen. And the final dimmer controls the lighting behind my screen that allows me to see through the screen when the lights are out, similar to what you find in an IMAX theater. Now when I had a cabinet maker redesign this front cabinet, I wanted to have easy accessibility behind my screen as well as behind my equipment. So one of my favorite features of my home theater is easy accessibility to do just that. So let's see how it works. So right under here, there's a latch. I simply undo the latch, lift up the screen, and as you can see, I have instant access to my speakers. Now, one of the questions I get asked the most is how do I have my screen set up on this hinge system? So as you can see here, the screen is supported by a pair of gas shocks, one on the left and one on the right. As you can see here, I didn't spend a lot on the frame. The frame actually cost me $12 for each piece of extruded aluminum, and I only needed 3 pieces, so that's $36 for the base frame. So when it comes to do it yourself, you can definitely save a lot of money as opposed to buying a 150-inch screen that's already put together. And for the times that I need access behind the equipment, all I have to do is pull out the drawer. And to make things even easier to connect, all I have to do is open up the screen, and I've got plenty of space to be able to climb back here and gain access to all my connections. My home theater is set up in a 7.2.4 configuration. Now what this means is I have 7 main speakers, 2 subwoofers, and 4 Dolby Atmos speakers. So behind the screen you can see I have 3 Klipsch La Scalas. So these form what they call an LCR, which is a left, center, and a right. Now the La Scalas are a horn-loaded speaker. Each speaker contains a 1-inch compression driver tweeter, a 2-inch mid-range horn, as well as a folded horn with a 15-inch woofer. Each speaker weighs 123 pounds and are extremely efficient at 104 decibels. And in between each La Scala, I have a pair of SVS PB16 Ultra subwoofers. Each subwoofer has a 15.5-inch driver, a 1500 watt continuous, 5000 watt peak amplifier, an 8-inch voice coil, has a frequency response down to 13 Hz, and weighs a massive 174.5 pounds. Now these subwoofers are no joke. They provide an incredible amount of bottom end, so much so I'm starting to question the integrity of my walls in my theater room. And one feature I love about the SVS PB16 Ultras is they are app controllable. So since I have my subwoofers behind my screen, it makes it really convenient when I want to adjust the volume or some DSP settings straight from my app without having to raise up my screen and adjust the settings manually on the front LCD panel. My side and rear surrounds are Klipsch RS62 version 2s. They have a pair of 1-inch tweeters and 6.5-inch drivers. We had to get a little creative when mounting my right side surround speaker. The speaker needed to be mounted right in front of a double sliding glass door. So I had a friend of mine fabricate and weld a custom mount that secures to the wall above, drops down behind the curtain, and the curtain wraps around the mount. Now because of the entrance door, I had to mount my surround speakers a little higher than what I'd like to, but I was able to angle them down on a custom mount using cleats. And just outside my room, in a cutout in the wall, I have the Epson 5040 UB 4K enhancement projector. Now although it's not a true native 4K projector, it produces a beautiful picture, has great color, is plenty bright enough for my 150-inch screen, and it has the lens memory feature that allows me to easily switch between 16:9 content and 2.35:1 content. And controlling the theater, I use a Harmony Elite remote. This remote connects to the Harmony hub and can be controlled via RF frequencies. My room has been treated with acoustic panels. Now this has really helped to tame down this slap echo that I used to have due to all the hard surfaces in my room. And as a result, the sound is so much clearer from my speakers. Acoustic panels are a great way that you can improve the sound quality in your home theater. Now I have a separate video on my acoustic panels on how they were put together and how you can make them on your own. If you're interested in that video, I'll link it in the card above as well as in the description below. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed the tour of my 7.2.4 Dolby Atmos dedicated home theater. Now I'll post links to all of the items in my theater room down in the description, so if you want more information on those, you'll have access to that. And I'll also include a photo gallery that has about 300 photos of the front cabinet as it was being built, so you can kind of get an idea of what it took to make that all work. If you got any questions about my home theater, definitely leave those down in the comments. I'll do my very best to answer each and every one of them. Well guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing because I produce weekly content on home theater, audio, and video. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.